So good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you all here at the, I guess this is really the first general membership meeting for ACT-IAC for the calendar year 2019. So I'm Richard Spires. I'm this year's IAC chair, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. I will actually hand the reins over to Paul Strasser, the Executive Vice Chair, at the end of June, officially. And in fact, Paul will be up here in a little bit to talk about a very important topic. What I'd like to do, though, is give you a number of remarks. We've got a few other speakers to highlight some of the important things going on within the organization, and then we've got a great keynote speaker here to end the event. After the event ends, we are having a normal reception that we do, and I'm told that if you go out these doors, you're going to hang a left, and there'll be staff there to help guide the way. And we're going to the ticket lounge. I don't know where that is, but they will help you get there, all right? So let me just go through a couple topics. The first, and you might have noticed this on some of the materials that we're sending out, this is the 40th year of ACT-IAC. Of course, it was the first year it wasn't called ACT-IAC, and it actually started on the government side. With the different names as well. But anyway, 40 years, it's pretty impressive. And so there's going to be a number of events. We've got actually a planning committee, I believe, driven by the fellows that are putting together a number of events we'll have, and some of it will be showcased as separate events, and some of it will be showcased during some other events like ELC. Okay? So stay tuned as we get that in place. I always do this. I don't know if we have any new members, but if you are a new member and on the list, please stand and be recognized. It's always great to have new members show up. Thank you. I don't want to steal Sunday's thunder too much. I'll talk about some metrics, but it's great to see that we're actually growing as an organization now from the IAC side as far as the number of members, and he'll give you some more specifics around that. We've got quite a few, and I don't want to try to go through the laundry list of everything that's going on or coming up, but I do want to highlight a couple of things that are going on here that are really important, that are big, and one is Nexus. I think for those of you that are either part of Nexus, even if you're not, I mean, they're always looking for support. This is the organization, that's really to help us build the next set of leaders, okay, to support the U.S. government, whether it be within government itself or from industry. And Nexus has really matured itself over the last few years, and they're doing a lot more great events, and they actually have one going on tomorrow for a half day, inspiring a shared vision from the cubicle to the boardroom. And so if you can make that, it's actually at the 20F Conference Center in Washington, D.C. from 8 to 12 tomorrow. There also, I just want to highlight down there a little bit further, you'll see Nexus Mentor Match, and this is a great event. And whether you're a mentee or a mentor, looking for those on both sides, if you will, to support this event. I've done it myself. It's a blast, and you really feel like you can help individuals and build your own network. Again, whether you're on either side of the fence in that regard. A couple other things. When we got started, one of our strategic plan items was to really start to build some vertical areas, and we started on healthcare this year, and we've got two great events that are coming up. The first is a blockchain forum, healthcare blockchain forum on March 28th, so that's coming up next week. And then you can see on April 10th, we've got a Health Innovation Day. So really are starting to build a following here, and what's really great too is we're starting to get both members, new members on the government side related to this, out of like HHS and DHA and the like, and we're also starting to attract different kinds of companies to IACT that have more of a healthcare IT bent. A couple more. A big one, before I do this, let me talk a little bit about ELC. You know, we're always talking about ELC, right? The next one. The ELC for 2019 is going to be October 20th to 23rd. We're going back to Philadelphia, and I'm excited about that because I think it turned out to be such a great event last year. The planning is underway, and we're just so excited. We've got two amazing co-chairs. So Suzette Kent, the federal CIO, is going to be the chair of on the government side of the event, and Teresa Carlson, who's the worldwide VP for Amazon Web Services Public Sector, is going to be the chair on the industry side. So I don't think it gets any better in our community than having those two very talented women be the chairs. And I'm just so pleased too because we got some great vice chairs on the government side. Bill Zielinski from GSA has stepped up to it, and Tim Smith, who is here from On Point. Where's Tim? Right there. And Tim, wanted to pass along, if you're interested in volunteering, being part of the planning committee, Tim is here, and please seek him out at the reception and talk to him. We're still looking to fill some very key slots on the planning committee itself. Okay. The last one I want to mention is Igniting Innovation, always a big event, and I think we got a record number of submissions for their awards program this year, so it's going to be an exciting event. That's actually going to be May 23rd, and it's so exciting that we actually have a video teed up that we're going to play to give you some more highlights of what that event will be.
The thing I'm most excited about this year is just the degree of participation. Despite everything else that was happening in the community this year, we still received the most number of nominations we've ever received in the years that we've been running this program. It's going to be tough to get down to 40, I can tell you that. Now, but I'm really anxious to see who they are. I'm really anxious to hear their stories and see what they're accomplishing, and to hear from the diverse speakers that we've lined up for this particular program. So I think it's going to be an exciting day and something for everybody to take away from it.
What I'm most excited about is personally, this is the first time academic has been participating in Igniting Innovation. So I'm excited to see what academia is bringing to the table in terms of innovative technologies, healthcare, policy, and how we can engage with industry and government in a more effective way.
So we hope to see you there. Please join us May 23rd at Renaissance Hotel in Washington, D.C. for the 2019 Igniting Innovation Conference and Awards. We're excited about the program, and we think you'll be as excited about it when you see it.
Yes, we hope to see you there to engage, participate, and see what innovation is coming down the pipeline.
Great, thank you, John. So one other thing that I would like to announce and offer my congratulations, we've got a new Partners Program class underway for 2019, and there they all are. But I just would like to at least acknowledge the leadership team, so the chairs, Maynard Crum and Terry Miller, and the vice chairs, Sharon Hamer, Raymond McCullum, Paul Chandler, and Lisa Martin. So thank you guys for all stepping up. And then, just so you have it, we've got a wonderful set of government and industry partners that are going through our partners class. And so it's underway. I believe we'll have their first offsite this weekend. So we're excited for that. All right. So we've got an important search underway, and with that, I'm gonna ask Paul, who's on the search committee for our new CEO for ACT-IAC, to give us an update. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see a lot of old familiar faces, and I'm here for a very important topic. I think many of you know our distinguished Executive Director, Ken Allen there, who's been with us for 14 years, has decided to step away and And so we've been in the process, it's been going on for quite some time, to find a new candidate to replace Ken. We've changed the position a little bit and elevated it to a CEO status to lead the organization as we move forward. We see this as a change for the organization and a really positive change to really get ACT-IAC out in front of the community and really propel us into the future. With that, the process started in October, actually. We have a very distinguished search committee, including Mitzi Mead, Kathy Conrad, Jonathan Albin, and Ellen Glover, who's a past chair, who's leading the search committee. I will tell you that we're at the point now where we've actually gone through the first really the first big round of interviews, and we're down to our final 3 candidates, and it started with about 60 candidates. The process has been extremely objective, very rigorous, and we've had the help of Korn Ferry, one of the very best executive recruiting firms in the world, actually, helping us through this journey, because it's probably the biggest decision that we're going to make in the near term. So with that, the plan right now is we're going to have, really hope to extend an offer in the early part of April, and to hopefully have a start date for our new CEO somewhere around the end of April. So that could shift a little bit depending on how things go, but that's where we are today. And I just want to pause there and see if anybody had any questions about the process or expectations around that. Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Mitzi. So it's a very confidential process. We have a lot of candidates that are in very high positions, executive positions today, that have applied for this job. So the search committee has had to act in a very strict, confidential, non-disclosure manner. We've got a lot of people sort of pinging us along the way. So just know that if we're sort of being inexact, it's to protect those candidates and their current jobs, because only one person is going to be able to move forward. So that's the way we have to do it. And in the end, I will just say that the candidates that are left in the process are very esteemed candidates, and we're going to have a really super CEO moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Paul. The next topic, and I just want to set this up. So I've been on the board now for about 4 years, and a number of us, and particularly Sundar, who I'm going to invite up here, who's our current vice chair for finance, we've had a lot of discussions about the fact that we want to make better decisions as a governance body, and better decisions for the organization. And I think we would all agree, particularly in the field we work, that having good information is important to making good decisions. And we're a surprisingly complex organization in some ways, right, with the government side and the industry side and all of the activities we do. And I think at times we struggle to get our arms around it as an executive committee to get that good data. And I've been so pleased because Sundar's brought a lot of passion to this topic of saying, hey, we've got to do better. If we have better metrics by which we can know what's going on, we can make better decisions. So with that, Sundar, I would like to invite you up and give you a few minutes to go over where we're at on our metrics program. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So when I ran for the vice chair for finance role, one of the key things that I committed to do was bringing rigor and operational cadence around metrics. And I have been associated with ACT-IAC for the last 12 years, since 2006, I believe. And I do know that Ken and the team, they've been collecting metrics all over the years. And what I thought was missing was the tracking of the trends and then communicating to a broader community like our membership. right? So the essential part of having metrics is treating ACT-IAC as a business, right? Not like just a non-profit organization, but we need to treat like a business and then start collecting and tracking trends on those metrics to make sure that we are measuring the right aspect of what is happening within the organization, which is the collaboration, right? So with that in mind, we have identified different categories, and I'm going to show you what we have collected, a summary snapshot for 2018, and then I'll tell you what we are going to do with that going forward. Because with that, can you go to the next slide? So, the key goal is to identify the metrics and establish regular cadence around tracking, and then identifying trends, especially around the collaboration, the ultimate goal is to advance the government and measure that we are really advancing the government through that, right? Can you go to the next slide, please? So the metrics categories are around the industry membership, how many, from industry partners' perspective, how effectively government participates in our activities, and also we want to measure how much of small business are involved in this community, right? We want to track that over the time, right? And also we want to track around the activities that are available for the members, like the participation and collaboration activities. And I'll give an example, like you're talking about COI meetings, membership meetings, and I would love to see more members as part of this membership meeting, and also different conferences that we have. Acquisition Excellence and Executive Leadership Conference, different conferences and forums. So we really want to find out how do you track participation on those avenues. And then the participation and engagement is going to be tracked as part of those two categories, industry engagement and government engagement. And I'm going to report on how well we did on 2018. And also most important thing, the sponsorship. And you're going to get to know how much you are doing. If you are a government, you are an industry participant, you will be able to understand relatively what you are contributing to this organization, or you will understand what is an average contribution from industry member to this organization. And finally, I'm going to summarize the community outreach. If you look at the industry, total number of industry partners in the federal IT sector, we have about 10,000 companies. And how many are part of our membership? And how many individuals are involved as part of the ACT-IAC community, and I'll report on that. And also I'm going to summarize a little bit on the financials. Some of the financial information are pretty proprietary as part of the organization, so I'll keep it as part of the executive committee, but let's probably look at the summary slide. Can you go to the next slide, please? So if you look at the total member community as of 2018 is 452. Again, I'm referring back to total size of the market over here is 10,000 companies out there, but we have only 452 members. So that's one thing that we wanted to track over the trend, right? We want to track over the years. And number of agencies involved. Again, if you look at the number of agencies, departments, sub-agencies, we have about 430. Now we have participation around 40 right now within ACT-IAC. And the small business percentage is pretty good. We have 70% of the membership is small business. And the 77 meetings and events and conferences, I think I might be underestimating the ELC and Acquisition Excellence. They are all counted as one over there. Nevertheless, it just gives you a number. There are 77 events and meetings and avenues available for that collaboration. And if you look at the members registration and government registration, this is the total number of individuals who have registered from the industry side and government side. So we are going to be tracking this thing over time. That's the goal of the metrics program, right? And I'm excited to see the non-member registration. It's 1,500, and we want to be able to convert those members, companies, to part of the membership program. And then there are 100. We'll do it. There are 111 companies who have more than 5+ registration. That means they are repeatedly coming over to different events. And we want to see more of that. If you look at the percentage-wise, there are only 25% of the company who are attending 5 or more events conducted by ACT-IAC. And then, again, if you look at the sponsored companies, there are only 25%. We would like to see more of you to contribute to those ACT-IAC activities. And the average sponsorship dollars by each company is about $13K. So the reason why we wanted to bring that out is, check out your sponsorship dollars and let's see whether you can be part of, increasing the sponsorship for ACT-IAC and benefit through it. I'm at Carson. I'm one of the small business company, but we have grown really over the course of the last 10 years. And we are committed to executive committee leadership, and then we are committed to the partners program, and I'm sending guys to voyages, and I'm attending events. So I think if we can set an example for other companies to be part of the journey, that would be awesome. And then through the professional development program, we have about 943 fellows. But that's a vibrant community, and we really wanted to tap into that. And I really, recommend you guys to send your folks to be part of the, partnership program. I know we have selected a great group of candidates for this year too. And the last one is, again, if you look at that, there are 13,000 individuals who are part of this community. When an email being sent out from ACT-IAC organization, it reaches out to 13,000 individuals who are both industry and government. And that summarizes our overall community. And what we want to do again is we want to report on this. This is just a summary metrics. We have got a lot of details around that, but we want to be able to report that on a quarterly or maybe 6 months, and then measure how we are doing on these things. And in the end, I believe that if you see increased registrations on the government and industry side, we believe that the engagement and collaborations are happening and it's enhanced. So we look forward to working and see the results on that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sundar. That was excellent, and I really appreciate the great leadership that you're bringing to this program. So, I've always said, and one of the reasons that I'm so involved in ACT-IAC is that I believe the heart and soul of this organization is truly collaboration on projects between government and industry, and whether that be through our communities of interest or special projects. And about 6 months ago or so, we were approached by the Federal CIO Council to take on a very special project. And we turned to one of our former leaders, one of the former IAC chairs, Dave McClure, to organize this and provide that leadership, and he was delighted to step up. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dave to talk about where we stand with our Zero Trust networking project. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Richard. I'm going to be real brief because I know there's a lot of things that are yet to be covered. One of the strengths of ACT-IAC is the volunteerism and the spirit of volunteerism that we bring to special projects that the government often asks this organization to get involved with. We felt very privileged that the CIO Council Subcommittee on Security and Infrastructure asked ACT-IAC to take a look at the topic of zero trust cybersecurity, a term that is being thrown around more and more in the marketplace, and to bring some clarity to what exactly is it and how mature is it, and when can we expect implementations to actually take place, and how is it different from the perimeter-based security that we're so accustomed to. So there's really some interesting work that's been done, almost a year in the making, and I want to recognize, first of all, Mike Howell and Mark Carkenny of the ACT-IAC staff, because they've been with us all along the way. And I also like to acknowledge, even though we have a list of volunteers that are very long, we have 4 co-chairs that I think we've been on the phone, almost every day of every week working on the project. So with me today is Darren Death from ASRC Federal. And Darren's going to get a moment and give you a quick overview of the report. Also would like to acknowledge J.D. Henley from Verizon Enterprise. And our 2 government chairs are Stephen Hernandez from Education, the CISO at Education, and Jeff Flick from NOAA. Great group of people that we pulled together, and some very interesting information about Zero Trust. We also expect that ACT-IAC will be kept in the loop by the CIO Council to do some additional work in this area that Darren will mention in his remarks. So Darren, take it away.
Thank you for the opportunity to discuss all the great work that we have done. And so from the evolution of the project perspective, I won't necessarily discuss what's on here, but one of the things, as was mentioned, we recently spoke to the Federal CIO Council last Wednesday. We think we got some really good feedback from them. I think that we're going to be able to continue our work from an ACT-IAC perspective, which is very positive. One of the things that's been really great about this is the project team. So obviously we're a volunteer organization, and this was no different in being a volunteer project. We had a lot of team members, and we had a lot of team members that stayed along with the project to the end. And we have a lot of team members that are asking, is there more work to do? So kind of a unique project and very interesting work. So we got some good positive feedback from the CIO Council. They have some work to do, and they're going to get back to us on what they want us to do. From an actual report perspective, they're currently reviewing the report, so expect to see something very soon related to that. So keep updated on the ACT-IAC website. That Zero Trust report should be coming out very soon. And then also from a cyber COI perspective, one of the things you should be expecting is that these additional projects and work will be coming out of the cyber COI. So from a program perspective, expect to see these projects coming on. I'm the program chair for the COI, and I'll be working to build those projects out. And actually, before we do that, April 17th, we're doing a combined activity with the network. So as you saw in there was the network COI was doing an activity on April 17th. The cyber COI and the network COI are going to combine forces, and we're going to do a much more detailed explanation of the work that we did, what we found, because we only have a few minutes today to talk about it. So I want to give you a few ideas about what we did, what we found. So from a Zero Trust perspective, what is it? Think of it as an idea, not a thing, not something you're going to buy. It's not an appliance, it's not software. If someone tells you it is, so we have buyers in the room, we have folks that are selling services, selling tools. So if you're selling, don't tell people that you're going to give them Zero Trust with a product, because it's just simply a piece of an architecture. If you're buying, if someone tells you that this product will give you Zero Trust, be skeptical. They're just marketing to you, so be very careful of that. So like I said, it's an approach. The consensus that we came up with as part of the activity that we engaged in was that it's a mature approach. So remember, it's an architecture, it's an idea. So what I think Zero Trust is going to be like, it's going to be like what cloud was for other people's servers. So Zero Trust is giving us that wraparound for cybersecurity. It's the things that cyber professionals like myself have wanted for a long time. The tools are there, but now we have the right conversation around it. So I think it's going to be a very, I think this particular term is going to stick. And I think the blocks that are coming out from various other organizations is going to stick too. So the idea around Zero Trust, it just makes sense. And the important piece is that last bullet. So from a phased approach, remember, as good managers, we have roadmaps. We don't expect that we're going to get necessarily an entire activity completed in 1 year, multiple year projects. So when you're looking at Zero Trust, you're talking about things like multi-factor authentication, you're talking about things like analytics, you're talking about things like endpoint protections and things like that. Things that you currently invest, you may have Zero Trust capabilities in your environment today. I have Zero Trust capabilities in my environment today, so I know that technically I'm already on the path. And also from a Zero Trust perspective, you may find that folks have been on the path for a while. So a number of folks, I was talking to someone today about this, where they've kind of had this mindset before, like, I was on the Zero Trust roadmap before there was a Zero Trust, but I think it was like a sentence long when I called it. Now I have Zero Trust. But I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to have Zero Trust implemented this year, next year, or 3 years from now, because it's a very complex activity. So going to hurdles to save time, So one of the things that's going to be a huge issue that you're going to see, and why it's going to take so long for people to get to that final place in Zero Trust, is a wide variance in cybersecurity maturity. So one of the things that I would recommend, if you want to implement Zero Trust, ask your organization, ask yourself, how are you doing from a cyber hygiene perspective? If you can't keep your systems patched, if you can't keep your configuration straight, you're not going to be able to do Zero Trust. It's kind of a prerequisite, and when you're reading the literature related to Zero Trust, it's very quick. It seems like they don't talk about cyber hygiene as much as they should. Those things don't go away. So all of the good things that you're used to hearing from cybersecurity related to keeping your system straight, you still have to keep that in place. Also, that's talking about technology. There's wide variance in organizations understanding what their data is. And that's the key thing around Zero Trust. So if you don't understand what your data is, you can't do Zero Trust. All you're doing is implementing technology. You have to work with your business mission organizations, and that's probably the even bigger hurdle, which isn't up there. We don't really talk about that, but IT tends to push these technologies, and it needs to be the other way around, where the mission is understanding what it is that they're trying to implement. The mission is understanding what they want to protect, and then use the tools that we provide to protect their information. That's a huge shift, because most organizations say, I don't want to deal with these security requirements, or I don't want to deal with, just give me what I want. Well, if you want to implement Zero Trust and you want to actually protect your data effectively, then you want to focus on understanding what your data is and protecting it effectively. So, concluding, Zero Trust is a very mature way of looking at the cybersecurity tools that we've been implementing for some time. I do think that it's going to be very much like a VCR Betamax way for a while. So you have like 3 or 4 major players out there with Zero Trust architectures where they're talking about them. I think that you're going to see, there's going to be some battling related to that. So from a federal government perspective, one of the things I would expect is criticism. So anything you do is going to be criticized. Just recognizing that right out the gate, you may have one of the governments or the firms that are putting out Zero Trust guidance, they may say, that's not how we would do it. Recognize that's the case. Zero Trust is going to mature, just like when cloud first came out. The cloud we had originally is not the cloud we have today. I think Zero Trust is going to drive a lot of new technologies, and the way that the architecture is approached is certainly going to change. Certainly no reason to not focus on implementing a good architecture around it and a roadmap. So, thank you.
So thank you, Darren and Dave, for that overview, and great work by that project team. So we have one more short presentation before our keynote. I mentioned earlier one of the hearts of the organization are our COIs, our communities of interest, and we're doing a lot across all of them, but the emerging technology one in particular has been quite active. And so we've asked Jeremy Wood, who's at Millennial Challenge Corporation. He's actually the Director of Enterprise Architecture, and he is also the government chair for the Emerging Technology COI, to give us kind of an update on what they're doing and I think solicit more volunteers. So.
All right, how are you all tonight? So I'm going to keep this short to one slide. I like one-slide presentations. They make it so you're not already glossed over before we move on to the next slide. So we're very, very busy. You should have noticed in the list of upcoming activities, we're involved in a handful of those. Blockchain is one of our big things. We have the Healthcare Blockchain Forum coming up, and we have another blockchain forum, our 3rd blockchain forum, coming up in June. But we're also now really lighting the fire underneath artificial intelligence and intelligent automation. We published a primer for both of those topics, and we are now moving into playbook stage for both of those. And what we do with playbooks, we did this with our blockchain, which is still ongoing. It's a tool for government to pick up. The primer just tells them what it is, what it's for, why they might want to use it, but the playbook is a tool that they will pick up and use as they make business decisions around whether those technologies are going to benefit the agency. So,
We're just starting those playbooks. If you want to help us direct that activity, get involved with your opinion, if this is something you are doing for a client already, or something your company is focused on, we're always looking for people to get involved as we begin to structure out what those chapters are going to be like in our playbook. As I said, blockchain, we're still continuing to work on the final chapters in our blockchain playbook. Those are going to be coming out at our June forum. We're going to announce those and show them off and talk about them in depth. IoT is our big volunteer opportunity. Smart cities, last month, our core meeting, we had people come in and talk about 5G, and it's the combination of 5G and IoT and what it's going to do to cities and to our country in terms of capability. Next month, we're going to be talking about the workforce and the impacts AI have on the workforce. So we're looking for people to get involved. IoT is a huge area where we do actually need help. We're looking for people who have government use cases where they're trying to do things. We're looking for companies who are in that space and trying to solve government problems. And we meet on a regular basis, third Tuesday of every month. You'll see that on the ACT-IAC website. We invite you to join us. We have it on WebEx if you can't come in person, but we'd love to see you in person. So thank you.